Hello, David.
Hello.
How are you, David?
Sehr good. Du?
Oh, very good.
Prima?
Very, very good. Beautiful day.
Sun's
Fresh
coming
rain.
out.
Yeah.
It's the second day of my German trip. We're in a small town near the Czech border. And we just stayed at a real nice bed and breakfast that I just showed you there. So pan around and see, there's the car we've got rented. And Eric and Lori's vehicle beside it. So Dad, why don't you tell us where we're going right now?
Well, we will be leaving here and going over into Czechoslovakia, and we have about a 45 to 50-minute drive. And we will be visiting some relation of the family, and probably have coffee there this morning. And then we'll be driving up to Prunus, where your mother's from, and looking around there. Hope the weather holds. Supposed to have rain most of the day, and hopefully the weather will be nice while we tromp around a little bit.
Now, who are the people that we'll be seeing today?
Well, there's some relation to your mother. I don't know whether distant cousin or what.
Aldehyde. Aldehyde. Mm-hmm.
And her husband.
Yeah.
And, it'll be a different scenery than you have here.
Yeah, this is all pretty modern. I think in the Czechoslovakia we're going to be seeing not so modern of a town. So this pretty much begins my my German trip, and we'll go into Czechoslovakia. We'll go back to Seeheim and take some videos of the cemetery, and then we'll go down to Hinterweidenthal, which is where the Distlers originally came.
Ja, det zei nog een kat om ze met je wegrammen. Die eerste, ja.
De kat, ne?
Seine Frau hat
That is deine Frau.
Yeah, tell her that we wanted that Ellen wanted me to take videos of the cats, you know, see the cats.
Oh, die Frau will, dass Filme macht von den Katzen. Ja, die Katzen so gerne.
Ja, wo sind denn deine Katzen?
Jetzt du
Auch, du hast ja einen ganz tollen Fußboden. Ja, das ist der Fritz.
Fritz?
Das ist der Fritz.
Fritz.
Look at that Fritz.
Fritz the cat.
Ja. Fritz und Gustl haben wir.
And no Alan.
No, keine Ahnung. There's some black ones right here, David, in the corner.
Oh yeah?
Ja, gebt denen mal zugeländert, dann kommen sie wenigstens alle.
Kann ich jetzt stehen?
Oh, okay.
And there's four of them there.
There's four of them.
Das haben wir so nur nicht da, da hat der Gustl.
The girl is missing, she said.
Well, the last move, she's having 5 more.
Yeah.
She's out roaming.
Yeah.
See, they're still stripping over there.
Used to walk this? To Falconel or what?
But else she was in a hospital
Oh.
with combines.
Were there villages along here?
Oh yeah, they were really long. They stripped them like that. All kind of coal mines. That's the church. I was baptized then. And my school is there.
Very hilly, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Like I said, very, very hilly. See down Valley.
That's where the...
Schön liegt das doch,
Yeah,
ne?
yeah, it's
Sieht
the
doch
church
gut
yeah.
aus.
We used to walk up that hill there to school, where that transformer place is up there. And there's a chimney from the glass factory.
And Opa used to work there?
Hätte jetzt eigentlich mal da hinfahren können zu der zu eurer Kirche.
Ja, die machen noch Glas da, gell?
Ja, ja, aber das ist nicht mehr wie früher.
Not so much.
Machen
And,
Kinder, Gläser.
And
Mein
right.
Ex war mir alleine.
the Ellen wollte ja auch mit hoch.
So.
And this is the, down here's the train station.
Mm-hmm.
Way down there, the light building. And this used to be the post office here. I don't know if there's still the post office now. Used to be the post office right here. And this used to be a beautiful hotel. We had, this is the glass
Das
factory
ist
way down there.
Glas.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the bridge. Right there. And
der
straight on up you go.
So, dann war das so um die Ecke fahren.
So um die
Ach so,
Ecke fahren.
stimmt ja.
Ja. Fahren wir nach. Wir kommen nach. This
Da
is,
war Kaufland,
yeah, used to be a
da war
nice,
Doktor,
yeah. This used to be an apotheke.
Apotheke,
There
ja.
used to be a drugstore. And they had some, this was a butcher shop. And I walked home this way
From where?
from school.
School?
Uh-huh. Look at those places here. These are all factory. They were all factory apartments for the factory workers.
Huh.
On both sides.
Narrow street?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Like I said, it was a wider street at that time. But, and these were private homes here. Look at that. It gets worse all. See? These were all private homes.
Uh-huh.
And this on the end here, this little last house. Let me see. The one house is gone. There was a couple of maids living in there. My dad walked, and this is in Swodau,
Slow down, what is that?
the river.
This
It's
is,
Swodau.
ja.
Now where are the woods at that he saw that one person? Remember the person that had in the sawmill
Weil
accident?
hier oben kommt jetzt
Remember that
Bild
story?
rein, ist das
That was in Königsberg.
Königsberg.
That wasn't here. Here up in,
Das ist jetzt da, wo wir gewohnt haben.
that's where, it's coming up where we used to live.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
Ja,
See, this was all nice hills here. And watch David in a
Das war
minute.
die Fabrik.
Yeah,
Ja,
this is the toy
langsam.
factory.
This is the toy factory?
Ja, ganz langsam fahren, gell?
Ja,
Brauchst nicht
aber ich
stoppen.
hab-
Halt auf deine Morgen.
Ja,
Das war die Fabrik.
Ja. Brauchst bloß langsam fahren, der kann schon aufnehmen. Now tell you, see, this is the factory. And David, when you get around the corner here, they added on. Now look
Das
here.
war das Kettenhaus.
This house right there, they took the top of it off, and
Yep.
this behind here, that's where we used to live.
Das siehst du
Right
nicht mehr.
behind here. You can't see it anymore.
Da hinten drin, ja.
Yeah,
Mhm.
back there. See, they connected it all up with the factory.
Oh,
Yeah, see back there.
yeah.
That was my home.
Huh.
Can you imagine? Kann schon weiterfahren, Leute.
Da war der Garten, da war
Yeah, schöner Garten hatten, with a nice garden, and
der
there
Schuhstand.
used to be a transformer house standing here, and this was beautiful woods. And see, that's where I lived. And then here, we walked up this way, and my dad had a.
Moet je net reinlegen.
See, that's where Louise used to live. Nothing here.
Und wie muss ich?
Zie je. Dat dat zo. Warte mal. Toen we aan het weg zijn. Zo ver.
There used to be. This used to be Louise's house. And
Right
there's
here at the corner?
no, right up on that ledge there. There used to be the front of the yard.
Dat is
Is dat drin?
And Dad had built a cross. Used to be right there. He had built a big cross. And that's Brindle. Oh, the Brindles.
That's a prudence.
That's the house was right here.
Daar heb ik nou veel.
Yeah. And this house is still standing. And all the rest is
Daar
still.
had ik Royling gewoond.
Yeah, Louise. Yeah.
Louis.
We used to play in those woods. This is another bomb out shelter there. No, look at that house.
Is goed, baby, hè?
Ja.
That's the way things was left. See,
Zeiling is ook kapot geschoven.
right, yeah. Can you imagine? Used to be a real nice home. And gypsies, they just, there were more houses in between here. And see, this is a newer house here. It wasn't here before. We used to go sledding here.
Train, David.
Hmm.
See, there were houses way on the top there too.
Maya,
Maya, yeah.
This is Meyer.
Our little house. This is just a villa.
Distler.
It's
Villa, ¿qué va a
It's called a villa. This used to be the biggest house. And see, back there, David, there used to be a walkway going up that way. And there used to be a house on the other end. And you used to walk up to Overprindus.
Hmm. This is the valley.
Yep, that's the valley. And we lived in the valley. And see back there? Over there is, on the other side of it is Horn.
Horn?
Horn is on the other side.
Ja, ja. Kom
And
eens
that's their house.
Whose house?
Adelheid's house.
Adelheid. Oh, this is their weekend house.
This is where Eric and Elsie were born in.
Oh.
Mijn geboortehuis.
Ja.
Ja.
He
Oh,
was
you were
born-
born here.
I wasn't born here. He was. I was born down there.
Und wie falsch ist das? Dass man da steht?
Bleib mal da hinten stehen, ja. Der Erik, der Elon dreht es dann nachher rum.
Ob es kommt oder nicht. Und ich fahre das oft mit.
Ja, ja.
And David,
Yeah.
this is where the Albina used to live. Where that color rubble is? I'll show you. I'll walk over with you.
Okay.
This used to be. Washburn.
What's this monument here?
I think that's just. I know that was all that's here, but I couldn't tell you what's on it. And then. Oh, that's for the fallen soldiers. That's for the fallen soldiers.
Monument for the fallen
Soldiers,
from, Monte
Bruneless, yeah.
Yeah.
And David, right here. What I called.
This pretty here, Dave?
Yeah, it is. Real nice.
See why Mom
Beautiful.
likes the
Woods and
woods.
that's blue. That's blue spruce, I think.
Looks like.
All this property,
I can't hear you, Mom.
all this here, this big tree from there on, here the other side there, was the hotel.
There's a hotel here, huh?
And butcher shop. And all that field down this way belonged to them.
Albina's
Albina's
parents.
parents.
Is that so?
And back here, maybe I see that or not. There was a big farmhouse behind that big tree right there. There's a big farmhouse. And then we would take that path back there, and up in the woods was a clearing up there. And behind the big bushes, it looked like a little gingerbread house. That's where Mother's brother used to live. A grandmother's brother used to live, but was a shoemaker also.
Uh-huh.
And we would come up here to my uncle's and Albina's,
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Thought you had to push that button then.
No, it's already pushed.
Oh, okay.
and we would take our sleds and ride down there and skis. I didn't go skiing down there. That was too steep for me, but Eric and they did. And I see that
So
all
right here where this ground is where the hotel
hotel
was.
was. We're over that way. It was from,
Hotel and the saloon, wasn't it?
where was it? They had very few rooms. It was mostly restaurant and a big dance hall.
Yeah.
And then down this way coming down this way was the butcher shop and his barns and his animals. And his family. And this was always meadow, never field. It all belonged to it.
Boy, it's so pretty through here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful scenery.
It is.
But it's just so godforsaken. And this one takes you back. If you go this way, we got to come here one day. This one takes you back to takes you right back, and you run right into Louise's house. You either run in right to Louise's house. See the beautiful birch here? And this, I mean, just see what's going on here. This used to be, see, I used to babysit here.
Can you see Horn from here?
No, this is Lindenhammer. One is on the other side.
Lindenhammer?
Lindenhammer. That's Lindenhammer down there.
What, on the side of the hill?
Yeah, down the valley.
Yeah.
And on the, over there. And up here, you have to, when you go up this road by the trees, that's when you get to Grasslitz. Grasslitz is probably another 8 kilometers or something like that, 8 or 9. This is still Unterbrunnes. And you go up the hill, real steep hill, and that's Oberbrunnes.
And who lived in Oberbrunnes?
We didn't have any relatives.
No relatives?
Everybody was right there. I told Gerhard, I said, I'm surprised that people were nuts in these villages, because I think they kind of intermarried, all of them.
You think so?
Oh, I think so. But people didn't go anywhere. You couldn't.
What do you think the building just repair so much that they just tore it down? The other hotel and stuff?
Well, your sister came in there. And up on the end, and that's not there anymore either. Was a big restaurant, another restaurant.
That house has probably always been there, right there, isn't it?
There was another house right here too.
So this is Unterbrunnes, and down the road there where the toy factory was,
It's Unterbrunnes. That's where it
also-
starts.
that's where it
That's
starts,
right.
and this is where it ended then.
Up here.
Oh, it ended up here?
Way up top.
Okay, so it basically was along these two roads then?
Yeah.
They're all along this one road?
All Unterbrunnes. If you walk to the end of the road,
Mhm.
and there goes a steep road up there, and on top of that is Oberbrunnes. This house, they done new. This house is the same, but it's a big farm.
And this,
Maybe that hits me too.
and who all was born in this house here?
Elsie and Eric.
Elsie and Eric were both born here. Well, how were they born here? Was this where the,
Why were they born?
why were they born here as opposed to down the other house?
They weren't living down the other house. They didn't have that house yet. And then when I guess when Mom, I don't know if she got pregnant with me when they didn't have any more room, they moved down there.
Okay, but
I
this
see
is,
my mother was working too at that time.
this is where they originally lived. Oma and Opa originally lived then.
This house is passed down from the Garais
This is a Garais
family. That house been in the Garais family for hundreds and hundreds of years.
I see.
Mom was a Garais, and she lived, Grandma was a Garais, and she lived with her mom and dad. And when she got married, she lived in Horn. And then her my mom's grandparents, when she got married, they said she could come here and live, because there was no quarters available, you know.
Mhm.
So Eric was born, Elsie was born here, and Eric was born here. Elsie was born 2 years before Mom and Dad got married.
Mhm.
And so why that was, I don't know. I think, I don't know. David, I have no idea. And Elsie and Eric don't know either. Ja? Waren da nicht früher auch Häuser drin?
Na, schau dir.
Wo nicht?
Oder weiter hinten wollen wir nicht. Nee, das ist der Beinmann.
Ja.
Nicht morgen.
Das ist der Hornenberg.
Hornenberg.
Ja, das ist vorne da oben. Und linken haben wir das ist da unten drin, neben der Straße, neben der...
Wohnen in Horn noch Leute?
Nein, das ist ihr gemacht. Das haben sie damals ihr gemacht alles.
Und die Häuser, die da sind, am
Das
Berg?
kann man so machen. Das sind eine Gartenhäuser. Und das ist nicht so eine Siedlung. Ja. Die hat so da für das Family gebaut.
Der russische Siedlung ist das.
Horn is gone, but this is, they call the Horner Hill, and it's a weekend home they built up there.
Das ist nur Garten, ja, nur Gartenhäuser.
Little garden houses, you know.
Und da ist das Spanische Viertel, das sind lauter alte Wohnungen gewesen. Und da haben sie jetzt für die Jungen, haben sie halt da oben damals den Neubau gebaut, ja. Und da haben sie wieder vielleicht das Neubau gemacht, ja, solche Siedlungen halt da, ja.
Ja. Und wir wohnen nicht.
Ja, da waren, der Willi ist gestorben. Nach
Leder?
jetzt waren
Heilhausen.
Heilhausen.
Ah, das alte Haus steht ja nicht mehr da, oder wie? Gell?
Nein, Leder steht nicht mehr, das hat so gestanden.
Ja, so
Ja.
noch schon, ja.
Ja, und das aber nicht, das war doch, der Hof war doch so zusammen, gell?
Ja.
Und Heilhausen, die Kraus, weiß nicht, wie hat die Kraus gesagt, Gerster, der ist eigentlich in Amerika drin.
Ja,
Und der Heilhausen Koehler, der noch nicht so lange gestorben sind.
ja, ich war.
Und auch Gertrud ist, weiß ich nicht. Und der Peppe, der ist ja erst 68 ausgezielt. Der war ja da, vielleicht war in Bayern auch mal so Glücksfeinde sein. Ja, der ist immer so hergekommen, aber der ist 68 er ist ausgezielt, ja. So der kleinste war, ja, der Peppe. Ja, geht's nochmal ein.
Ja, danke.
Also haben wir zwei, haben wir das gemacht, weil der Neue haben sie damals gemacht. Ja, der Tschechen kommen haben, die haben sie mir nachher gleich bloß angegeben,
Ja.
wo da seiner war. Und den da hat er halt zusammen gemacht. Aber ja, da hat er unten noch gestellt gehabt, da immer gestellt. Weil das da ist er recht zwingend aus der Laie.
Ja, ja.
Das war
Das
noch.
früher war.
No.
Sowas, ne?
That where they make the shoes, huh?
Shoes, yes.
Yeah, Gedeiß's family business.
Ja. Na, something.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sehr schön.
Das soll gleich über nach, kannst du nicht.
Ja, das ist wie immer, tut sich bis in die Ziegen,
Zu
gell?
der Luft dahinter, wenn meine Kind
That's the old picture up here.
Das
1965.
Das ist der Klassavik, wie Vater in Rente gegangen ist. War das,
And then this old picture over here.
ja, das sind lauter Brillen. Das hat gar Lieblingsgüter gewesen. Lauter Brillen.
Muss man schauen, wenn ich nächstes Mal komme, wegen Bolschewike, da die Zwiebeln.
Sicher lange, ja?
Ja, lange blonde, gell?
Ja,
Und weiße.
lang
Das ist ja gut, dass keine Rothaarige sind.
Ja, es ist unheimlich. Wenn ich erzähle, es geht ein bisschen eher, als das Muster gestorben ist. Ich wollte ja nur sagen, ich schon mal sagen, Krawatten passen jetzt in Händen, das geht da, das Schild passen aber wieder jetzt in Hülsen, also muss ich dann so sein wieder. Wenn ich von der ersten Kontrolle vorbeikomme, dann finde ich noch wieder an, wie es nur noch kommen, das geht gut.
ich kenne 3 Euro nur mal, ja.
Das kommt der Helden, wenn ich abgekriegt habe, wenn ich
Wird halt kontrolliert.
weil man abgewatzt geht oder irgendwas geht.
2,4 bist.
Ja.
That was a cake
Und
there.
der Mama hat so viel gesagt, kennt ihr mal die
Good.
Haue?
Yeah.
Haue nur mal hingekommen. Oder? Jedes Mal.
See, my mother used to live downstairs.
Seine Mutter?
Ja.
Der ist unten, die wohnt mir ja, genau, und unten die Eltern, ja. Und da ist er, also müssen diesmal noch mal reingehen, ja.
And when he left, he used to say hi and say goodbye or something like that. And I would say, well, your tie doesn't match the rest of your stuff, and your shoes are not shiny either, they look good. And he would go downstairs, and his mom would say, you need to comb your hair again, you don't look very good, because you had an inspection upstairs and inspection downstairs.
Alles gleich.
Immer schleichen, gell?
Where was that again?
See that
See the
green,
greenhouse?
green,
There was a path, there was a little road, the green, beside the greenhouse.
That
Right
greenhouse
there,
got the
patch
green-
of woods back there.
White House got the green roof on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On beyond that in the woods is where her uncle used to
And
live.
that's where your uncle used to live. What was his name?
That was Tony Gerson.
Tony Gusser.
I'm Tony Gerson.
Anton.
That's why I'm Tony.
Okay.
They used to have an upstairs to it, and as you can tell, they put that funny roof on there. They used to have a slate roof on there. And right here on this left side, there used to be a big transformer, and behind this little ridge here, behind the little ridge there, used to be an overflow from the Zwodau, and that's what Dad used.
The river I just took a picture of.
Well, it's going through here right now. I'm sorry, it's on this side.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
That's where used to be a little river going. No, what do you call that? A creek.
Creek.
And that's what Dad, used up and used to make turbine, make electricity out of it. On this side, the barn came out of the street. Barn came out of the street.
Can't hear you.
I said the barn came out of the street.
Yeah.
They built this turbine house here, or whatever that thing is here on the right side. And then I don't know why there's this white there. But there used to be a path you could go back there with beautiful flowers. But they screwed everything over.
Where my mother, Abina Maria Koehler, was born and lived in Untertunis, Czechoslovakia. Sudetenland.
Used to be
Da unten, weil das Wasser rausgekommen ist, da war auch ein Stollen.
Stollen,
Keine
ja.
Eingang.
yeah.
What was this and what did you use it for?
That was the fallout shelter.
Ja, da unten umsetzt und im Winter umsetzt aber Dinge machen für Licht. Da ist der Winter, ist da der Skilift. Gut, das ist der Heisel, siehst du? Am Höhe der Kaffee.
That's where they used to go when they had
The
air
bomb. And this is just down from this was the house started right there in the center of the photograph, and this attachment was added, and this was a turbine house to generate power. And evidently there was a little creek that used to run here more than what it does now, and that used to generate power.
She looks cleaner this time. Sieht viel besser aus wie das letzte Mal, wie wir da waren.
ist auch übrigens Mutter und Vater, das ist seine Großmutter, der Bruder.
Der Bruder, ja.
Gell, das ist so ein Österreich.
That's my grandma's step.
Ja.
What's that, Mama?
46, ja. Ich war da noch Einzelfrau. Und daneben war noch so eine Hilfe, ja. Für alle Zustände. Ich habe ja das nicht mehr da. Ich habe ja etwas so gut gemacht und so. Holz. Ein Ding drüber Holz.
Das ist ziemlich schön.
Gut, haben wir auf jeden Fall wieder wenden. Fischen hier mit da, ja.
Dieses frisches herbringen.
Ja.
Sehr schön ist das.
Und das Kerzen habe ich nicht, und ein Holz habe ich nicht.
Wir rauchen ein, wir rauchen.
Ein Holz ist da, sie gestorben.
Oh, you said
Also Josef geht noch, 67.
Julie wasn't our because my grandmother is buried in Marco's Museum, Seeheim begraben.
No, na eben.
That's some relation. 82, born
Oder das heißt
82.
meistens vielleicht der Bruder sein.
Kann schon sein.
Who
Ja.
was born
Could have
79?
been.
Und auf Vieri haben sie auch gegangen. Auf Frauenrat haben sie auch jeder aufgegangen.
Ja, sind
Und da
sie
war irgendein Bauershof, ein großer Bauershof, und
Ja.
da haben sie auch so hingegangen.
Das muss auch jeder.
Oder wann die zurückgekehrt haben, das weiß ich
weiß
nicht.
ich auch nicht. Das weiß ich nicht.
Hat man mal viel mehr gefragt. Geht doch mal nur nicht fragen.
I dreamt about the church.
You did.
What was that?
I dreamt about the church.
You did?
So, ihr könnt ja wieder hochlaufen in der Zeit an die Schulen.
You guys walk up there, show them where. Cool. Wanna go with that?
I got.
This building here.
And I think it goes to let you clean my grade school. Let it go straight down, don't go up there.
Ja, wenn da rumkommen, wenigstens bis da herkommen.
Okay, now talk then.
Okay. And that's where I was baptized, and I used to come to church every Sunday. And I always sit on the right-hand side in the second pew. And Dad, my dad usually stayed back here. I don't know why he did, but he always kneeled down in a back here where he can kneel. That cross, what's on that stand up there? They have a religious holiday here, and they carry that through town. And then an altar boy carries it, and the priest walks behind it. But it's a shame. Look at the walls. It used to be a beautiful church. And now it rings in.
Needs a lot of repair.
Oh, yeah, it's a shame. Over here looks like it has a great big crack in the wall over there.
Yeah. Well, the water gets behind the
Yeah, there's stucco.
stucco and washes it
That's
off.
a shame. My dad never missed one Sunday. And then on Christmas Eve, we would come to Midnight Mass, and you couldn't walk. I mean, it was just packed.
Yeah.
And it's the only church in the surrounding here. In the
Surrounding
villages,
area.
there's no, not every little village has a church.
Yeah.
It's just this one right here. And now they only hold church every Sunday evening.
There's a story of Christ on the left wall, on the right wall.
Yeah,
Follow
that's
the
it.
thread.
That's the Testament.
Yeah.
That's the Old Testament. But it hasn't changed, except it is just, so dilapidated. Goodness gracious.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, yeah. But it would take millions of dollars. Yeah, this stuff.
Okay, tell me about this.
Right over the bridge here.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Mama, we sit langzamer Leute. That's where we
Oh,
came
yeah.
for displaced people. We were in here for 3 weeks or more, and they had us in bunk beds, and bedbugs was pathetic. And we lived over the train right here. Had a train depot there, and just put us on and shipped us out. They said ship up or ship out.
Steam pipes.
Okay, David, you ready to go eat some more?
That's all I need.
Time to go eat some more.
That's all I need.
It's like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, a little dark. Walking down from Eric's house to Dagmar's.
Wilhelminstrasse. Wilhelm Weinbergstrasse.
Yeah, yeah.
White building.
Rüsselsheim, Germany.
This is Sunday, May 19th.
1996.
1996.
Hallo? Hallo? Nee? Gut?
Ja, hallo!
Hallo, grüß dich. Ah, ich hab mich nicht gewaschen. Hey,
How are you?
oh. Hey.
Good. Good. This is David.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Ja, ja.
How are you?
Dagmar, hello.
Wie geht's dir?
Good.
Gut!
Yeah.
Siehst du doch!
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Good. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good to see you.
Ja.
Ist der groß geworden.
Yeah, how are you? Fine. Good to see you. Yeah, you're so big. You okay? Yes. Are you? Good.
Nein, jetzt lang.
Jetzt zeigt es von
Immer größer werden.
No, he's finished.
alles geteilt, was wir da hatten.
Die wollten doch bloß das passt.
Ja, jetzt ist er mitessen.
So kuschelig.
Wegen Abteil. Wir haben ein paar alte Kartoffeln
Ja,
hochgeholt.
unsere Kühlschrank ausgewogen.
Die Anja hat sich schon ausgezogen, die will. Die hat heute gleich einen. Hat so süß aus. Ja. Jetzt scheint sie alle Jogging an. Ja.
She's over here.
Auf 4 ist
She's
sie.
upstairs.
Ja.
Oh,
Samurai.
Oh, Max.
Max, komm her.
Der denkt sich, lass mal mal Ruhe.
Ja, ja.
Der braucht bloß mein Stock, die habe ich schon ab.
Erkennt ihr doch einmal weiter hier. Und Baby gemacht.
Ja, danke.
Der nicht will, will er nicht.
Nee?
Taxi.
Hello.
Hello, Anya. Good to see you. Tag.
Tag.
Jeez. About that tall last time I saw her. Yeah, yeah.
Was ist denn da wohl wieder ab?
7. Nein. Nein, ja.
Muss ich schon ziehen, ja?
Ja, ziehen wir.
Wonderful. This says New York. It's like New York. Was? Boston. Was ist?
Nee, aber er schafft das
Und wie lange ist das jetzt? Bis um 8 oder
bis um 19 Uhr.
bis um 7?
Heute Morgen bin ich schon um 9 Uhr durch die Gegend geguckt.
No driving and see how it was.
Nix. Die spinnen noch. Die haben, genau.
Ich hab kein Fahrrad.
Doch, die haben.
Fahrrad.
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 Ah, jetzt ist das neu geschrieben.
Fahrrad. Das ist das, wo die Straßenbahn dranhängt.
Fahrrad.
Oh, hat das Fahrrad.
Aber alles doof
Fahrrad.
Die haben mich nicht neu gelassen. Ich spiele beim Fußball.
Yeah, Warner, how are you?
Thank you.
Okay.
Very fine.
Good.
Also?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Du kannst gerne hierher kommen, komm. Komm. Komm, sitzt sich gerade neben ihm. So, zu mir du.
Der David und der Ellen können hier sitzen.
Ja. Komm, zu mir du. So. Kein Problem. Anni? Anni, wenn die kann sich doch wohl enttäuscht.
Nee, bleib doch
Du Harry?
Nee, bleib doch.
Ist doch egal. Noch schon Mose. Ist doch ganz egal.
Na, setz dich hier dahin. Die Männer können da sitzen und dann der Else kann sich da sitzen. Ja. Dann die Else. Ja, die kann sich schon da sitzen, aber sie sitzt lieber auf dem Stuhl. Komm rein.
Liegt da noch rum?
Hi, David. Hi, David. How are you, David?
Er war noch nicht ja, hier.
Klaus von Platz da hinten.
Good.
Nein, das ist gut.
Dicke der Wiener, weißt
Das
du?
ist gut.
So this is Rhineland Falls, state of Rhineland Falls, and we're on Highway 10 going into.
There's Godwinstein. That's where I want to go, isn't it?
No, just stay on number 10.
Oh, I see what that was.
Yeah.
Landau, Godwinstein.
Yeah, this is an exit off the road here.
That's where we wanted to go.
This is Highway 10 goes directly into Hinterweidenthal.
That's right.
A few kilometers up the road, but this is the general lay of the land, looks like, off the Autobahn.
Beautiful area.
Yep. Yep, this is Enweiler. There's the Castle Treefless, which was a fort held by the Holy Roman Empire.
There's a sign up here that tells you. Get that sign there, right there.
Yep. Treefless, yeah. About 15 to 20 miles from Hinterweidenthal.
We'll look for a flower shop. Is that the name of the street? I mean, is that where they
So
live?
this is Hinterweidenthal.
42.
So it's a
See the number.
Das 5. Das ist 6 rechts. Ah, 42, dann ist es rechts. Has to be on the right side.
Yeah. Bahnhofstrasse?
Hauptstraße.
Oh, okay.
Bahnhofstraße. Hauptstraße.
There's 13.
Yes, right
I
side.
know. 16.
Gotta go.
See the number?
This is
24.
24 by here.
24.
30, 30.
32.
And next should be the next one.
There's 38. Hier vielleicht.
Jo, dan is het gekleed, ja. Aber früher sind immer Jungen aufgeklettert, kein Geheimnis aufgeregt.
Du kennst noch nicht
Ja.
so viel. Ich glaube, das lässt sich gar nicht mehr so gut klettern.
Ich glaube so nicht.
Ich war noch nicht drüber, ich war auf dem zweiten Stock und weiter war ich noch. Bis zum Block war ich auch schon, aber sonst nicht.
factory here making pallets is where one of the descendants of Frederick, the original Frederick Distler, worked for 60-some years. He worked here so long he got a Medal of Honor. This is a woodworking factory. And it looks like we're going to head up toward the church.
I thought maybe we'd seen down there, Dave, but I don't see it. This thing, when this thing here goes, the whole thing goes. And this thing right here goes. That'd be heavy, wouldn't it, going down there? I'd like to have a job of trimming the bushes up there on top.
Oh, da gibt's Haare.
Ja, haben 6 Haare, da hat man sein Seil dabei.
Das ist sicher.
Ja.
Habe ich gesagt, man muss raufgehen, wenn man hier ist.
Maren, hast du ein Seil dabei?
Ja, schön.
Ja? Sowas für immer in meiner Kamera. Stark.
Das ist schön.
Haben Sie jetzt Haare drin?
Ja.
Zum Gliedern, die waren da früher nicht drin.
Aha.
Weiß ich genau.
When will this take? Then?
Das war vielleicht noch ein Grieche, also in der 50er Jahre.
Und ist das die Mutter auch?
Das ist ja dann dieser älter war.
Älter war, when she was older. Und das ist der Vater?
Das war der Vater. Der war so ungefähr älter.
Und das hier?
Stiefbruder. Den hat man Vater in die Ehe mitgebracht.
Ja,
The only cemetery in Hinterweidenthal, and the graves are reused after 25 years.
Ja, das ist voll Ingrid. Ruhig, sagt er. Das ist lang, ruhig das war, ja.
Heinz with the
His mother and
Emma.
father and his brother who was killed in Russia in the war.
And Emma was a Distler.
Emma was a Distler, that's correct.
And she was born the same year as my father. No, same year as my mother.
That church bell, I think, was the Protestant church where our family came from, Dad.
Yeah.
Das ist jetzt von der Traute mit.
Das ist gemacht, ja. Und da hinten auch Distler?
Ja, das ist der Fritz und der Emil.
Das ist Fritz und Emil.
Fritz von dem großen Film.
That's Fritz at the big picture and the Emil the other one. Distler. This is
Little bits?
Rudy, huh? There's two grapes back there, Distler.
So?
Yeah.
Ach so.
Das ist aber nicht gut. So werden hier.
Und nochmal so
Ja.
überschieben geht nicht, ne?
Das ist doch zugeblockt. Pass auf, das ist doch
Ja.
Nee.
Ja.
Nee, ausnahmsweise.
Wir tun das Gericht kontrolliert, ob es ertragfähig ist.
Fritz is really Frederick.
Yeah.
His name is Frederick.
Yeah.
He was known as Fritz.
Und der
Ach so.
Vater von denen. Also
Ja.
meine Mutter war dort drin gelegen. In dem
Yeah.
Grab, ja.
Oh yeah.
Here's some bots, and we believe these are some of the people who originally came over to Monroe County, Ohio, from here in Hinterweidenthal. There's still some bots here. This is probably the church that, this is a Protestant church that my ancestors went to. It's one of the only Protestant churches. It was built in the 1700s. And it's just down the street from the cemetery. The cemetery being right over these walls here. Yeah.
Very nice. Nice house.
No.
No?
28 years old.
28 years old? Yeah. The Brown Owl.
Hello.
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 Distler, David Distler.
Yep.
This is a reunion of the Distlers in Hinterweidenthal, Germany.
Yep.
And today is May 20, 1996.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 8 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah.
And we have ladies here
Yep.
from 2 generations ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
She is a Distler. And this is in
Yeah.
Louisville, Ohio.
Who is that brother?
Meine Bruder? Danny.
And your daughter?
This is
Yeah.
Distler.
Allison?
And she lives.
Allison is so.
And this is the father. And the Moody. And the Moody was in England. Yeah, Moody. And she was a walker.
Yeah, coming into Mühlhofen, the home of Barbara Ott. The birthplace.
Yeah.
Very small town. Mühlhofen.
Ja, ik vroeg nog.
Yeah, he's going to ask for the
Ik vroeg dan mal, ob sie
Ja.
ja noch die
House Annalena.
und wo der Friedhof ist.
Protestant.
Second fashion.
English. Narrow streets here in the town.
Very narrow streets, yeah.
There's a church.
Mm-hmm.
A little deer and a little pope up there.
Mm.
the Kirche.
Ja, das soll wohl
Can you stop
halten.
here by the church?
Ja,
Yeah.
heute wohl.
He wants to
Und dann
find
wollen wir mal
something
proben.
like that in Gasthaus da oder
Mühlenhof.
irgendwo.
Gasthof,
Gasthof,
Mühlenhof,
Mühlenhof
yeah.
da.
Wieder Parkplatz. Bei Feige.
Ja, auch hier muss es sehen. Und unsere Mutter hat immer alles in eine Schachtel reingegeben, kleine Schachtel. Und hat sie wir haben so schmutzige Wäsche, hat sie so die dreckige Wäsche immer reingelegt.
Die können aber die Wäsche ausleeren und dann
Diese,
findet
da
sie
finden sie sich okay. Wir lieben das alles. Wenn was passiert, wir haben halt unsere Papiere, die Testamente und alles Zeug und unsere, und das ist alles in so sicher in Wand, bei der Bank. Ja, das ist alles
Part of the wine country in between the Mühlenhofen and
Das ist
Bad
viel.
Bergenbrot on our way back to Hinterweidenthal.
Das sind alles Kopien oder wenn das war alles denken muss auch. Ich habe auch den Einschlüssel für den Safe habe ich dabei und den anderen heute haben wir versteckt und ich weiß jetzt heute, ich habe immer noch gedacht, wo habe ich den Schlüssel?
Wo ist der Schlüssel?
Ich weiß nicht, wo der ist. Das ist natürlich, wo ich ihn hingegeben habe. Das ist natürlich schlecht.
Aber das Haus verliert nichts.
Na, es kommt schon wieder. Wenn man so fragt, geht dann muss man an so viel denken.
Ja.
Das ist meiner. Für den Safe, den habe ich immer davon. Wir haben, ja. Und ich habe meine Einweise. Da gehst du hin und die haben ja einen, mit dem sie hier rein. Gehen die nicht mit dir? Doch, doch. Ja, ja. Das machen sie erst. Das machen sie erst. Bei uns auch. Nee, das haben wir nicht. Das ist nur für meinen Vater. Ja. Das machen die nicht. Nein, nein, bei uns machen sie es auch. Du hast den Schlüssel. Die haben den Schlüssel.
Yeah, we still stay on
Wir
38.
haben zwei Schlüssel da.
Oh,
Eins für die
okay.
Bank und eins für dich.
Ja.
Was du für dich hast, da haben die keinen Schlüssel.
Das war unser Pfarrhaus. Ehemaliges Pfarrhaus.
That used to be a
Und rechts ist das Gelbe, wo man ein bisschen sieht.
Ja.
Wo man geht, das ist jetzt die Kreissparkasse und das Gemeindehaus, also das Rathaus.
Okay.
Okay.
That pink house up there, so with the balcony, that's that used to be the parsonage.
Ja, da hast du mich.
Yeah.
What did I stop here?
That's right. Stop is stop.
Stop is stop.
Now we're going down a street where one of the Distlers lived
Which Distler?
many years ago.
Wer hat da drin, welche Distler da drin gewohnt? Nein,
Die Philippinen dann.
die Philippinen?
Filipino?
Der Vater hat die geheißen.
I know.
Das war dann der Friedrich, der Erste. Ja.
Frederick the First.
This is the doctor, huh?
Right here.
Ja.
Here?
Right
Moses?
here, here. This here.
Which
Das, wo jetzt rum auf dem Kalender ist.
Right here.
Das Haus, ja.
Honey?
Ja,
This here.
das hier. Das
Look at me.
That's what I said.
Das
Right
da,
here.
Oh, I
ja.
thought you pointed that one.
Oh.
But
Did
they
you get-
rebuilt it, you know.
Oh, yeah. Did you get that, Dave?
This grows it.
Yeah, why don't you turn down this side street here a second?
That's just two women in a hotel there. He's like that.
Du musst nicht rumdrehen. Kannst weiterfahren.
Er will mal ein Bild machen.
Ach so.
Okay, this is Frederick I's house.
Ja.
Okay.
Rebuild.
David, und
Genau.
oben auf dem Kalender, wo an der Wand hängt, das ist das alte Haus, das
Ja.
Haus.
Mm-hmm.
And on the calendar, that's where the old house.
Oh, this is
That's
with the
where
old
it's
house. I see.
built. This is the rebuilt Distler house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One of three here in town.
Yeah. The other one is where Heinz lives and Brigitte lives.
Mm-hmm. And those are the third. Okay.
This is the church up here
Yeah, I got that from the.
on the side.
Yep. 1418? 1418.
Eerste Weltkrieg.
It's a main street, isn't it?
Yeah, but Heinz wants to get out of here.
Ach, we wonen nog bij die knappen.
Hey, you can pull right here's his
Here's
house.
yeah, here's his house. Now wir stoppen wir am Eck hier.
Ja, das ist aber
Einen Moment bitte.
schlecht wie mal.
Aber jetzt.
Na ja.
This is the third Distler house in Hinterweidenthal. It's being rebuilt and going to be restuccoed in another few months. It's a pretty good sized house for Germany. Okay, here we are in the Friedhof Cemetery in Seeheim. This is Tuesday, May 28th, 1996. Mom and Elsie have gone to the bank, and I'm going to take a few photos around Seeheim. And I want to get up here and take a photo of the Oman Opaz stone. It's a cloudy day today. Not supposed to be much more than 59 degrees, 58, something like that. It's been raining yesterday, most of the day. You notice the cemeteries here are very well maintained, and there are a lot of flowers. And here we are at the stone of Oma and Opa Koehler. As I mentioned, all of the gravesites are maintained very well. People normally will come over and rake around the flowers and that type of thing daily. Walking up to the former gravesite of Karl-Heinz over here in Germany, because of the lack of ground space, you buy a plot for 25 years. If you do not renew that, then the stone is removed and the site is available for resale to other families. This is the church in Seeheim that stands before the cemetery. Very pretty inside. Protestant church. Opa only went to this church when he did not want to walk to Seeheim, which was a little less than a mile, I guess, to walk. If it was raining or something, he would go to the Protestant church. This is a recent burial. You can see all the flowers. The wooden cross is the initial stone or marker that is placed at the grave site. Then later, when the ground is settled a little bit, a stone will be in place. This grave has had a recent death and has a wooden marker. And you can see that there were previous deaths and the stone was in place. This is quite an unusual marker. Okay, now I'm in front of the church. This is a clock that stands on the steeple. And I'm out in front. He got 100 marks for doing some carvings. This was done by Opa in the late 40s, probably, maybe 50. All of his faces on the statues always looked a lot the same. This is where they bring the people to have a short service before they take them to the cemetery. I'm repeating myself here because I don't know if this was recorded earlier or not. This is the street that leads back to the church and the cemetery. Walked it many times. Always brings back good memories. Walking along here towards the main street in front of Oma and Opa's house. A little cloudy today, cool. You hear the birds singing. And this is the house that we lived in for a few years, where David played in the courtyard. Two front windows there. One to the left was the living room, and the other one was the bedroom. That was the main door, and this was the courtyard. It's got a big wooden door on it. Everything is grown up now, where you see the truck and everything. There used to be gardens and wooden buildings that housed the tools and bicycles and so forth. Kids played soccer there with Benno in this courtyard. This is the door into the building. And above the door, whether you can tell it or not, says 1589, being the year this building was built. You can tell it or not, 1589. We didn't have the metal railings up the side when we lived here. Didn't have the doorbells either. This is where Opa had his buildings, and in the back there were gardens. Opa had a garden, had a rabbit back there at one time. This goes down to the cellar underneath the basement, where David and Dan had some good times going down the dark dungeon. That window there on the side, I believe, is where David had a tape recorder. Made some scary sounds. Had to come on at a certain time when Danny walked past the window. He jumped just a little bit. Had a lot of fun here. Before we were married, Mom kissed me goodnight many times there at that door before I left to go down to catch the Strassenbahn. This door, this is Bergerstrasse 3, and this doorway looked like it was completed maybe in 1590. I see another date there, looked like it might say 87. always had the Kino next door. Theater, movie theater. This is a corner to the main drag. That's the Burgermeister's house there. Down there it used to be the old horse trough, I guess. No, Pa had a statue on that. I understand they still have that in storage. That's what I was talking about earlier. Maybe they paid him 100 marks to make a statue for the water fountain. Still runs daily. I've turned that corner many a time. This is a hotel and guest house that is next door or close to where we used to live. The way you see the cars parked now was not the way it was when we were here before. You could only park parallel to the curb. In fact, this street has been made into a one-way street. The sidewalk on the left side there has been extended out, so there's just room for one lane. You used to have 2 lanes go through here and go up that hill. You can hear that car now. It used to be quite noisy. I loved to hang out the window and talk to the people as they went by. Never knew what they said. All I could say was, ya, ya, ya. Used to be a meat market right there. I'm taking this just to show that there is a fashion shop over here, close to the old house. It's called Ellen. I must have hit the button earlier. Sorry about that. This goes up the street. Used to be a toy shop. I think there still is right there in the corner. This is looking down Bergstrasse. See how the old buildings were. Meat market right there. I can remember when meat used to hang on the outside. Just showing up the hill. And the Italian ice cream store is right there on the corner. It was just a typical day here in Seeheim. Things moving, people shopping. Want to buy a TV? You can buy a TV. All sizes. There's even a Mickey Mouse there. Clothes. Pretty clothes. 80s fashions, hats look like they're coming back in, don't they? Wanted to show you this. This is the old elementary school here in Seeheim, and they are now completely remodeling it. I think they have offices in here now, and this is a building that Mom and her family were housed in when they first came to Seeheim. I'll try to get around the other side to show you exactly where the room was. It's going to be nice when they get it done. Well, here are the women waiting for me. They've been to the bank. I don't know whatever, if they got me any money or not, probably not. This is the car we had. Very nice car, Volvo station wagon. So, okay, this is the front of the school, and to the right of the door was the room that Mom and the family stayed in when they first came to Seeheim. I think we're getting low on battery, so this will be the last of the recording. Go ahead and record the picture of a Strassenbahn here in Seeheim. Rode those many a time. Pretty modern now. A lot more cars on them too. Modern car. Louisville Cemetery in Louisville, Ohio. This is the grave of John George Distler. And his son Harry by himself, John George, and Catherine Young. Of John George Distler is GAR, which stands for the Grand Army of the Republic. That's the Northern Army in the Civil War. It's 1861 through 1865. And this is right by the main entrance is the Distler Monument. Right off the road. This is 145 south of Louisville. There's a Fiox, also from the Hinter-Weidenthal border Weidenthal area. A lot of Webers, Limbatis. All these people are from that part of Germany, known as the Palatinate Rhineland-Pfalz. Walking down to the grave of my great-grandfather is George Henry Distler, and it's on this little pathway. There were some Fridays in here, Denbo's. And here's my great-grandfather, whom I never knew. He died 10 years before I was born. This symbol, I believe, was for the International Organization, or Independent Order of Odd Fellows, which he was a member of. We're going to go back to the Bot Monument. Bots were very important people here. They were some of the original people who came over from Hinterweidenthal. Some more Phiox. Limbatus. And a large monument for the bots. Frederick Distler was named after, his middle name was Frederick Jacob. He was named after Jacob Bot. And there's a Ethel Bot here. Friedrich, I'm sure, Frederick Bot, which he may have also been part of the Frederick line, or at least the namesake anyway. There's Tilly. Tilly and Fred, and Ethel looks like one of their children. Oblingers. Charles Oblinger. Bots and Oblingers were evidently related. The Oblingers were the people who had bought the hotel. It was known as the Oblinger Hotel after the Distlers owned it. A lot of Denbows. Seebach. Now we saw Seebachs, Emma and John. We saw Seebachs still in Hinterweidenthal. Thornberries, of course, Webers and Crispins. Billmans. And a Phioc. A lot of these names came from the Hinterweidenthal area. Dorothea Bender married William Distler, and John George's brother, and there's their monument. Not too far away from the Distlers, which is John George's right up that way. And Eva Pearl is buried here by herself. Married a Poland, and he, I believe, remarried and left the area. Beautiful Louisville Cemetery. A lot of Webers. Must have been Dorothea's parents, I would have guessed. Buried very close. been in Louisville, Ohio, and these are probably the alleys that used to ride up and down. You came over here to visit, Dad, I would guess. We'll see if the back of the house. Here's the. Is this your alley here?
This is the alley here, yeah.
Okay, this is the school, and right across this alley is where your grandma and grandpa, right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, where was? Did he have like an? Is that his outhouse out there?
No, it's across. See, there's a little driveway here.
Yeah.
And it's set on the back part of the lot here.
Mm-hmm.
And along this bank, he had some frame buildings, a little storage shed, something like Opa used to have over in Germany.
Uh-huh.
And had a long back porch. Now this addition on the back here has been added on since we were here.
Mm-hmm.
It used to go down in the cellar about where that chimney is now, underneath the house. And so this has been added on. They've enclosed part of the porch. And but it used to be a wooden porch, and we used to come around the house this way to go up on the porch. And over here was a well, and they had a big grape harbor that was over the well, and used to have delicious grapes. So we used to come out this way, and the outhouse, where this table is probably where Grandpa's smokehouse was.
Uh-huh.
He used to butcher hogs, and then a little sunken place there probably was where the outside toilet was, and then on up above there is where he used to have about where that bicycle is where he used to have a little pig pen.
Huh. Now, did the driveway used to come in on that, by that tree, by that fir tree up there, or?
There's no driveway up there. That's just a division between their yard and the other yard.
One. Okay.
And Grandma and Grandpa lived here, where those chairs are and everything. That was all bushes and stuff in there.
Oh,
that was
okay.
fixed like that.
Well, they probably never owned a vehicle or a car, did they?
No, they didn't.
And then Grandpa, do you think he went? Which school do you think he went to? Was it?
Dad?
Yeah, it probably wasn't this one. It was
no,
this white.
It was a frame one down there. That was the old school. And then where the playground equipment, well, actually where the basketball courts are, there used to be another building there that was the school.
I see.
So those are the two schools, and they added this other one later, and that used to be the high school.
Mm-hmm.
We used to come up here to visit. And over here's where Clell Pullman used to live.
Right across the street?
Yeah.
Okay. That used to be an open porch right there. I remember that.
Yeah, that was open porch. That's all decked, all been added on there now.
We'll just go up the road. This is back street, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, this is the street that they lived on, and of course, this all used to be a brick street.
They kind of fixed up the front of that house pretty well.
Yeah, that's fixed up pretty nice. That fir tree, of course, wasn't there.
Yeah.
Back up on down here and get a shot from. But you can see, if you look on the house real close, you can see maybe the roof line of the old porch.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
That porch has been added to it and everything.
Do you what rooms were in that house, Dad?
Well, upstairs on the right-hand side there, that was where Grandma and Grandpa slept, and then the spare bedroom was on this side, and that's where we used to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the room down below that was their living room, and then the other part was their kitchen.
Oh,
they just had the kitchen and the living room downstairs and the 2 bedrooms upstairs.
The picture, the movies that we took when you were, that was downstairs.
That was downstairs in the living room.
And was that on the right-hand side of the front of this house?
Left-hand side.
Left-hand side, okay.
And on the right-hand side was where the kitchen was. But the porch, see, they've changed that walk just a little bit, but the porch, to come up on the porch, you come up on the other side over there. Not like this. That porch has been added.
We're going up back street, going due west right now, and we're going up to the location of John George Distler's hotel, and this burnt down, and Charles Oblinger had it, and Charles Oblinger also had a store. I think that's the store right across the street right here.
Well, there was a store here on the corner that burned.
Yeah. And then this hotel, this is where the Distler Hotel is.
Right straight ahead there.
Yeah, and then off to the side, I think up here, off to the side where it's all collapsed, I think that's part of the old hotel right there.
That could be.
Now, Dad, what we might try is going straight, because if we go straight, there's a little alley there. And maybe get a view at the back. I think there's a fire department there. But this is the alley. I'm trying to figure out where that picture may have been taken. But this is the old property. Lot, I think, number 39.
Yeah. Looks like there's an old foundation there.
Oh, really?
I'll turn around up
Okay.
here.
Volunteer Fire Department.
Yeah. Just down the street from this old hotel used to be an ice cream store. And my cousin Donnie and I used to come up here and eat ice cream. They made the best banana splits.
Yeah, no, there's an old foundation back there, Dad.
Yeah.
I just wonder. That may be the old foundation of the
Original hotel.
original Distler
There was a
Hotel.
saloon and a hotel.
Mm-hmm. See, I wouldn't doubt that a bit, because I bet it was built back this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet now.
Somebody said that building is for sale again.
It's our family's industry here.
History there, yeah.
Oh, there's some old stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, old foundation
It'd be nice
stones.
if they could talk.
Caloric. And then we can go probably by down this way. We can go. There's a tobacco.
I'll show you the Grandpa's store, Distler store.
Oh, okay.
And
Distler and Fyock, right?
yeah, Distler File store.
Or the big store.
Well, actually, yeah, it was Bill Distler and Fyock.
Yeah.
Up where it says Stop Shop. It was the old, used to be the old red white store. Red and white sign still on there.
Oh yeah, right there in front. This was damaged in a tornado when a tornado came through here. I remember reading in a book about it, and it lifted it off its foundation, or the roof off anyway. So this is where George Henry Distler worked.
Yeah.
And his brother owned it.
Yeah.
And there's an old picture of Distler and Fyock out in front here. I bet you those are probably the original steps.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, and the building isn't used now.
Not closed.
That's too bad.
There's a little variety store here.
Yes, now that's Virginia Pennell's. I went in there and visited her, and she remembered George Henry Distler.
Yeah.
This is when I came over here a couple years ago. Probably get a better view of the wood frame school.
Now the house up there where the American flag is, that White House, in between those two run-down houses, that's where Goldie Morris used to live.
Okay, now which one was that? Okay.
She was the sister of Martha, my grandmother.
Okay, which house was it though?
The white one.
The white one with
in
that.
Between the two.
Oh, okay.
It's the fourth house down there.
Okay, that's the one we went in where she was taking care of Aunt Mary.
That's right. Aunt was taking care of Aunt Mary. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we got a picture of Mom and Dad out in front of the house and so forth.
And where was Denbo's place? Is that up here?
Right up here on the hill, right behind the school here, actually.
Mm-hmm. Which Denbo was that? Was that Beans?
That was Bean. Bean Denbo. He was a good friend of Dad's. I've come down here and played in that field many a time when I was a kid.
That's a nice little park area they got now, isn't it?
Yeah. And that hill there is where Dad and I walked up one time through this way.
Uh-huh.
And we got lost. He was trying to find that tree that had initials on it. And we were on the other side of that hill and said something to Dad about, well, we better be getting back. And he said, well, I really don't know which way to go now. He said, I'm sort of turned around here. I said, well, let me walk up there at the top of that hill. And I did, and I could see right over into town. I said, well, Dad, town's just over here. Oh, well, I didn't know that, he said. I had to have a son to show me how to get out of my town here, or find my town.
I wonder if that was the hill where he had that, what was that story about that kite he...
Oh, he and a bunch of boys soaked for a couple, 3 days, a big wad of rags in oil. And then they made a great big box kite. And they wrapped that wad of rags that were soaked in oil with wire, baling wire, and they put that on the end of that kite. And one night they got close to Halloween, they got up there on top of that hill and got that kite up in the air, and it was going across town like that. And before they got it off the ground, they lit that long tail they had. Of course, they had real far away from the kite. And that night, that kite was flying, and the tail was ablaze and so forth. And people saw that, heard people talking about the world coming to an end, and so forth. And Dad said all once you saw a bunch of people coming up the lane up there on top of the hill, carrying torches and everything, flashlights. They were coming up there, and they had heard the kids laughing up there, I guess. And he said everybody took off except me, and I was standing there holding the kite when they come up there and got us. Said we got in a little trouble over that. So they tried to tell us that we could have set the town on fire if that kite had gotten loose.
He was caught holding the bag.
Yeah,
so
he was caught holding the kite, so to speak. That was one of his tales. Going down the road here to Dan and Janet's house.
And you can always tell where it's at because right across the street they've got...
Yeah, he's got a little pitching green over there.
There's a little golf flag.
Yeah, got a golf flag, a little green there. And about 180 yards, he said, to hit the ball.
There's Mom and Janet out there.
I think that's Karen. Mom's probably in the house.
In the house? Okay.
Yeah.
We're here at the Bracken Church in rural Monroe County. And this is a small cemetery by the church called the Bracken Cemetery. It's on a gravel road, sort of south and I think east of Louisville. Took us about 8 minutes to get here. And in the cemetery, there's lots of denbos, but coming up to the graves of my great-great-grandparents. This is John W. Morris and Jane Van Fossen. They were buried right here. That's John W. Morris. And they don't have his correct year of death engraved. I believe, according to the book, it's in the 1940s. Now, we have here, I believe, Mary Denbo. And I think that was Mary Morris right here, isn't it? Who married Joe Denbo?
I think so.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I wouldn't be positive on that, no.
She died in 1975, Mary did. And Joe Denbo.
Let me point that back a little.
No, that's fine. 1943. And here's Aunt Goldie. Golda B. Morris, who I've met before. November 29th, 1981. I also met Mary. Aunt Mary was very ill last time I saw her, and it was probably 1974, 73. She died 2 years after that. Get a little bit of the countryside. And this is a very remote cemetery. What county road is this, Dan?
Well, I'll have to, I couldn't tell you, just it's Bracken Ridge Road.
Bracken Ridge Road.
And we do have a sign across the road tell you what, outside of that it would have a township number.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get up to the car we could tell.
Summit Township 241.
241?
Mm-hmm.
That might be that road that goes to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right on the cross.
Right on the cross on 241.
That'd be United Methodist?
United, United Methodist. And the other intersection is, what'd you say, Dan, 79, was it?
79.
Yeah.
241 branches off on it, yeah.
Okay.
Township of 241.
Okay. In Monroe County, Summit Township, Ohio.